So we now have our goal for what exactly we're going to be doing with Shiki, Rebecca, and the gang, and being introduced to a couple more people, and it seems like now we know where this next arc is going to be going, as it's going to be focusing at least a little bit on everyone's favorite person to hate right now, Lavila, which, wow. I mean, yeah, if we're gonna find something out about her now and more reasons like why people want to like kidnap her, well, sure, let's go for it now, because every time that we've seen her has been like being a mega bitch towards like Rebecca, so here's hoping like with this arc that she's gonna get something a little more to actually make her apart from just that bitchy kind of character like from everyone that you get to see. So we get start off with chapter getting a little nod from one of the models that we got to see, like when the robots were awakened on there, and she was talking about like, you know, what, won't you be excited for, you know, the Sakura Cosmos, like, you know, for going around like searching for Mother. But look, I'm able to understand every conversation in this ship, and I'm able to listen to anything when I want to. And she has the ability to control and manage Indira, so basically you have to think of her like she is part of the ship that can just walk around, and she is only one of the entities that make up this like ship for the most part, which are known as the Demon King's 4 Starshines, and they are talking about where it's like they need these 4 exactly to pass beyond the Sakura Cosmos and break through the boundary of outer space, being known as Dragonfall, which you see a picture of, and it's exactly kind of like the same sort of tablet prophecy of what we saw last time with like, and this is the thing where it's like they're really trying to connect the two series together at this point, like where this is the same sort of prophecy tablet that, or at least that it was kind of like perceived in a tablet in the same way as the Dragon King Festival in Fairy Tail. So yeah, if there's anything that want to bring the two worlds together, if anything, I mean, I believe Eden Zero's, like, a lot of them is going to be taking place, of course, in the same universe, but this time it's like, this can legit take place where it's like, they could have one encounter where they do encounter the Fairy Tale world, or like, a bunch of things. So it would make sense if you do see stuff like this before, because, you know, maybe someone has seen dragons before, or like even mentioned them before, like across the like this ship. And when they talk about, and it's like where like what the hell is Dragonfall, and it is an area where dragons get together, and apparently like small ships will get eaten up in a blink of an eye because of these things, and you need to be careful and all that, because one dragon alone can destroy but pretty much a large, like many large battleships at once, like, and since there's going to be a gathering of these dragons, you need to be really careful. But they've got their overall goal where it's like, we need to get the 4 Starshines, which we get to see E4 mentions about one of them apparently is in Blue Garden, so could be pretty close already to getting one of these Starshines. Maybe we even potentially met one of them in this chapter, and weirdly enough, like, she's having this conversation with Rebecca and like is giving her a massage, and like same thing with Happy where it's just like, I'm able to do all sorts of things, and like, yeah, get your etchy parts in already and all that, like you did with last chapter, because, you know, she's there. I'm not gonna lie, this E4, she's groping on that ass. So I'm like, you know what? You have the ability and power, and there's no way she can really refuse because you're the shit, but you're actually making this like, you're making, getting her a massage and telling us important facts. Like, how many people would love to have a plot dump and also as well a massage at the same time? Like, I think most protagonists that have been having a rough time, or at least if anything they came back from just a slightly annoying situation, would appreciate that at least. But we find out as well where it's like, she heard obviously that like you want to use Ethergate, right? So you need to bathe in those like baths all the time. You should be able to like they'll increase the effects, like, you know, with the springs and everything, and like this is like you could a chance and all that do that if you just bathe in them every day. So, and like I was like, that was a nice little thing to like mention. That is like, oh, is this massage something as well? They increase massages. She's like, no, this is just a nice massage that I'm doing on there. Although she says something interesting, E4, where it was like, where she was mentioning about Happy itself, where it's like, that's quite rare for the fact that this android had its memories of, like, of its original life, and it's like, how, and immediately it's like, when it was alive, transferred over, and it's like, whoever created this has powers beyond the Demon King. So apparently old ass Wise in 50 years in the future has some insane technology on there, And immediately, whereas like they were talking about that, whereas like immediately where it's like, wait, so the EMP android, was that made by Wise too? And then they immediately say, no, we think that's the Demon King around there. And like, even as they like mention about like kind of the Demon King around there, where it's like kind of this like little bit of space, it's like, you know, whoever created, you know, Happy has that power beyond him. And like, even as well, like how a lot of people so far hold up quite a lot of like this high regard for Ziggy. So I want to see that, and especially where it's like when they look around, like, and like even with like they hear this whole situation because they Shiki and Wise try to go to the Eden Core, it's like known as Sister, and they're not allowed in there because this is one of the you know, valuable secrets around here, which is code 3173, and they're like, you can't approach carelessly and all that, and it is not going to open without the Starshine's presence, not without all like four of them there together. And immediately Shiki's like, well, I'm ruler here, what's in this thing? And it's like, I don't have the authority to say, not even to you, so it has to be with the consent of all of these four like Starshines that we have to meet. And immediately it was talking on that on there, it's like, I think I've already mentioned that I can hear all the conversations on the ship and all that, like, so by the way and all that, it's like, immediately, I'm an object. When you speak to someone, do you think about walls or chairs? And interesting enough, when it mentions it and all that, it's saying like, you're not like Shiki goes, you're not an object. You've got a heart. Like, clearly you have like emotions around about this, and you have your own way of acting. And then Pino kind of like mentions this as well, as like, do I have a heart as well? And it's like, well, you can laugh, you can cry and all that, even worry, of course you do. And like, this kind of gets Pino out that little bit of this like whole little downer thing that she's been had for a while, like with at least with the chatter, so she's slightly getting over that. I mean, I still think that's gonna be a part of that character, kind of like denying herself like of her capabilities, but again, like when even something like when Ethel mentions like those are kind of the same similar words and all that Ziggy said and all that, so it kind of brings the similarities that at least Shiki got raised up right and all that to be how to treat people and everything. So that explains why a lot of these people followed her around with Ziggy, because they clearly like he saw something special in them and he got them together and he treats them, you know, like normal peoples. And overall, when this chapter ends, where it's like Ethel's like, I'm gonna stay in the ship because I will not be able to leave it. So if anything happens, you can contact me for Rebecca's device. That kind of says there, it's like, I am probably powerful, I can do some stuff, unfortunately I am limited to the ship, or I can control the ship in some way, so that's my kind of abilities, and I don't really get dragged out at all. Where we get to see old favourite as like Rebecca comes in, and it's like, oh, Clarice is there, and it's like, oh, it's great to see you, and Lavila's there, and it's like, oh, you had trouble taking some footage again and all that, I was worried that my replay number has been going through the roof, Rebecca. And it's like, yeah, you're a bitch. And then even still, she's like talking off and all that, and it's like about her talent and superiority and all that. It's like, I'm actually making it, you know, like, why don't you put on that like little neko dance that you do? If I make it public, it might actually become public. And it's like immediately where she's like blushing and getting embarrassed, and Shiki's there, and she's like actually really excited and like blushing. We're like, I've missed your gravity, bro, and all that. Why don't you appear in my videos? Come on. And he's like, and Shiki's like, no, you're making fun of Rebecca. You think I'm gonna do anything about that? And then she's like, bullying is just the same as getting bad at dice. Those without talent need to stop being B-cubers. And she just like pisses off. And I like the little like tongue sticking out that Rebecca does, like fuck you. Like, fuck you, bitch. Like, I ain't having any of that stuff and all that. Like, and she's like, well, I got a photo shoot, so see ya. So we know she's gonna be getting like jacked up or something like soon, because immediately like when she goes outside is some ninja looking dude who also as well has some like male stuff going out. So whether or not this is one of the Starshines, or even like, it'll be interesting stuff like Lavila like has something to do with this as well, like on there. But they immediately bring up the fact of Sister, I will now carry out the mission, which we heard recently as well. So again, whether or not it's the same Sister that we've been hearing about, or whether or not this is something, because again, we've heard terms before like mother, like on there, and sister, and you know, there are clearly like family words being used as to describe something a little bit more, and see, like, perhaps maybe this person is tied to like another one of the Starshines, maybe they are a Starshine, we don't know. But it's interesting that we're now meeting a new character that is seemingly going to be at least a big part of this next arc that we're going to be going to. And now we're going to be seeing Lavila as well, what exactly she can do, and maybe this will be finally the time where she starts being like a bitch for the most part, and this will be a chance for at least Rebecca to come out and actually, at least like, she's going to do something nice to Lavila and actually kind of make her turn around about her, like, again, I would imagine. So overall, like, this chapter was mainly just getting some nice little plot dump on there, a little bit of etching on the side and all that, and this was more table setting for this next arc, anything. So at least now we're going to see that at least Lavila is going to be finally involved, because she's a character that we've been seeing for a while, and it's like, well, I want to see what she's like, you know, she has off her sleeve. Is she's like talking all this hot shit and everything, and she's clearly going to be a character that's going to be staying around for a while, so curious. And then also as well, what do you think about this ninja guy that's around here? Like, what do you think he's going to be doing? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that is all from me. Thanks always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.